Okay, so we want to graph. They're asking us to sketch a graph of this right here, y minus 2 squared over 4 minus x plus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. Okay, so notice it has a minus in the middle. Minus in the middle. What does that mean? Hyperbola, right? If it was a plus in the middle, it would be an ellipse, wouldn't it? If it was plus in the middle, it would be ellipse. But if it's minus in the middle, it's hyperbola. So minus in the middle means hyperbola, plus in the middle would mean ellipse. Okay, so it's hyperbola. So what am I going to do about it? How do you graph hyperbola? Well, the first thing we need to do is find the center. What's the center of this hyperbola going to be? Well, it's always opposite of the number next to x, that'd be -3 for the x, and opposite of the number next to y, +1 for y. That's in the notes. Let me show you. Here's the notes. Here's the exam 5 notes. Graphing a hyperbola not centered at the origin. So how do you graph? The center is the opposite of the numbers next to x and y in the original equation. So this is +7, this becomes -7, -2 becomes +2 for x and y. So that's the first thing. Just take the opposite. This is the same as it was for the ellipse, exactly the same. Take the opposite of what's next to x, take the opposite of what's next to y. That's the center. So let's put that center on there. So the center is back 3 up 1 right there. So there's our center, back 3 up 1. And now what do we do? Well, now you can see from this notes again that from this center, go right and left the square root of the number under x. Whatever's underneath x, square root, and that's how far you go right and left. So they went right 3 and then left 3 to form the box. And then from this center, go up and down the square root of the number under y. Grab the number under y, square root that, and that's up 4, down 4. See that? So that's what we do next. So grab the number under x here, 9. Square root of 9 is 3, and that's right, left, because that's under x. So go right 3, 1, 2, 3, right there, and 1, 2, 3 right there. So I went right 3, left 3 from the center, right? See how it said? Again, from this center, go right and left the square root of the number under the x. From this center, up and down the square root of the number under y. So I go, okay. And then the y, grab that number. Two, and that's up, down, from the center. So up 2, down 2. So there's our box. So that makes our box. Let's make our box. Oops, I went too far. So there's our dotted box, right? That's how you form your box. You go right and up the square roots of the numbers under x and y, and then you make your box. And then you got to fill in the dotted asymptote lines, which are the diagonals in the box, because those will hold your branches. So now fill in the diagonals. So I'll do that. So fill in those diagonals, right? They have to go right through the corners. Does that make sense how I went right through the corners? See on the picture? See how they go right? It goes from corner to corner. See that? And corner to corner of the box. Corner to corner of the box, the asymptote line. So those lines will hold our branches, won't they? There, they'll hold our branches. Now, are our branches, there's 2 ways you can do the branches. You can do the branches up and down from the middle of the box, or right and left from the middle of the box. Which one is it? Well, you can see right here, if x squared is positive in the front, branches go right, left, because the x-axis is right, left. If y squared is positive in the front, the branches go up, down, because the y-axis is up, down. So that's what tells you, or this one says it too. Because x squared is positive in the front, this one's branches went right, left, right, because he had x squared in the front. All right, what do we have? we have y squared in the front. So let's write that. Y squared is positive in the front. Right? Right here. So branches go up, down. So our branches up, down, and they always go up, down, or right, left from the middle of the box, don't they? Let me show you. See how this one, very middle of the box, or both these, and these are the notes. See how it hits the middle of the box? Middle of the box is where the branches start. Middle, top, and bottom, or middle, right, and left, either way, middle of the box. So we go, okay, middle of the box. So let's do it. So right here, and then it's going to go over to the asymptote lines. Those asymptote lines are the guidelines that guide the branches. That's what, remember, that's what dotted lines are on a graph. They're guidelines. They guide the branches. Those are fairly wide branches. So there's the graph. We've got it. Now, how do you actually do it on the graph making tool? What you do is using the tool, first off, choose the tool with the branches going up and down, right? Because there's also a tool with the branches going right, left. This, for, if you have x squared in the front, then you would, do right, left branches, but I have y squared in the front, so I'm doing up, down branches. Choose that, and then click in the center. So that, for me, that's right here in the center. And then click on any corner of the box. I'll just do like the upper right-hand corner. Because when you click on the corner of the box, boom, it makes the branches for you. You're telling it what the center is and what the upper right-hand corner or upper left or lower right corner of the box is, so it knows how big to make the box and therefore how to fit the branches. That makes sense? Let me show. Let me do it on the actual tool, even though it's going to be a different problem. So here's one. Oh no, it's very similar, but it switched the 9 and the 4 and it made this a -3 instead of +3. Anyway, so for this one, this is up, down branches. So I'm going to choose the up, down tool instead of the right, left to choose the up, down tool. What's the center of this one? Opposite of x, +3, opposite of y, +1. +3, +1, right there. Click. So I just click the center. And now as I move, see, anywhere I move, it starts making the box and thus the branches. Up, down, because I chose the up, down tool. How far do I go? Well, what's under x is 4, so square root of 4 is 2. I got to go right 2. Under y is 9, square root of 9 is 3, up 3, right 2, up 3. So I'm going to go from the center, right 2. So I went right 2, up 3. 1, 2, 3. There's the upper right-hand corner. I went right 2 from the center, right 2, up 3, click. There it is. Let's see if it's wrong. I take it all back. Okay, green check mark. It's right. There we go. So I clicked on the center, which was opposite of x, opposite of y from the equation, and then I went right 2, up 3 on the corner of the box because square root of 4 is what's underneath x, square root of 4 is 2. What's underneath y, square root of 9 is 3. So right 2, up 3. And so there we go. I'll go back to my iPad here so you can see that. And so there we go. So one more time, how does this work? You just take the opposite of what's next to x and the opposite of what's next to y to find the center. Mine was back 3 up 1. And then from that center, you take whatever's underneath x, the square root of it, 3, that's right and left from the center. And whatever's underneath y, square root of it, 2, that's up and down from the center. That makes the box. Fill in the diagonals. And then if y is in the front and positive, y squared, that's branches up, down. If x squared is in the front, it's branches right, left. So I had up, down, and then you put the branches from the middle of the box going up and down, or if you had right, left, the same thing. There we go.